So Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell says he is suspending his campaign for governor of California as he faces sexual assault and misconduct allegations, which he denies, posted on X. To my family, staff, friends, and supporters, I'm deeply sorry for mistakes and judgments I've made in my past. I will fight the serious false allegations that have been made, but that's my fight, not a campaign's. And now the Department of Homeland Security is also investigating allegations he employed a Brazilian nanny without lawful work authorization. Let's bring in Fox News contributor as well as criminal defense attorney Donna Rotunno. It's good to see you, my friend.
You too, Lawrence. Good morning.
So, Donna, let's start with the sexual misconduct and assault allegations. It looks like you got a combination of both. You got women that allege that they were drunk when these acts happened, and then you have misconduct that probably won't be, when it comes to the litigation, it probably won't be much from that. What do you make of it?
Well, Lawrence, what's interesting is the assault allegations. Anytime someone alleges that they did something without their consent or they were too intoxicated to consent, those charges could rise to the level of criminal cases. Right. So I don't know if this staffer has gone to the police. We have not heard of that yet. We do know that these allegations are made in the middle of a campaign, which, of course, always you can say, this is something that they're doing in order to push me out. But at the same time, these are serious allegations. We've listened to Eric Swalwell in the past talk about how you must believe all women. And so here we are in a circumstance listening to this staffer claim that this happened on more than one occasion, some while she was working for him and others when she was not. So there's a lot of questions here. However, they are serious. And, he has two problems. One, the fact that he is married, and two, the fact that now these potentially could become criminal allegations.
So, Donna, that's going to take some time for the due process to run out to interview everyone. And if there's an investigation, just like you said, will there be criminal charges? The other one is this Brazilian nanny that he paid with campaign funds. And now we're talking way back in 2021, where he gave almost $4,000 to one. And then in 2022, $46,000. And then in 2025, $38,000. Now, obviously, you can't give people money that aren't here legally, but a lot of people do that. The problem that I think he's going to face is he used those campaign funds. What do you make of it?
Yeah, correct. There are campaign finance laws for a reason. So obviously, if he violated campaign finance laws, that will be one issue. His other issue, of course, is if he's violating some form of immigration law when it comes to the employment. The question will become, is that his violation or is that the nanny's violation, and what he should have known versus what he knew, right? Because if he's the employer, you sign off on documents. And so it's going to be interesting to see whose liability that truly is. But in terms of the campaign finance circumstance, that is something that I'm sure is being looked into as we speak.
Donna, are you surprised that, I understand criminal behavior. You've seen it all. But using the campaign funds seemed like he wasn't even trying to hide it. These forms are posted for the public to see. Yeah,
it's pretty astonishing, especially given the fact that you're running for the biggest state's governorship in our union. So it is pretty astonishing that no one said, hey, this is something that we need to talk about, look at, and or fix. But now it looks like he's suspending that campaign. So that's not going to make a difference. But what will make a difference is what happens to him when it comes to the government looking into this.
Roger that. Donna, it's good to see you.
You too, Lawrence, always.
So we reached out to Eric Swalwell's office for comment, but we did not hear back.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.